Welcome you to ACC Basketball, presented by T. Rowe Price, inside Cameron Indoor. First meeting all time between Incarnate Word out of the Southland Conference and top 5 Duke. The Blue Devils off of back-to-back comeback wins, led by the talented freshman Cooper Flagg, reigning ACC Rookie of the Week and one of the top players in America today. Alongside of Debbie Antonelli, the Hall of Famer, I'm Roy Philpott. So glad. Jaden Williams in for the Cardinals. Duke controls the opening tap. Underway, Cameron.
Man-to-man defense to start.
Early touch for Flagg. Knipple off and running. Partially rejected inside. And a turnover. UIW gets it in their first possession. Bailey Anderson, Heyman Williams. Jordan Pike returns to his native North Carolina. Grew up in Greensboro. He was excited about his return. And an early foul goes against Sion James.
Group together, staying connected, and working on the detail of their own offense.
First possession for the Cardinals. Playing the same league as McNeese State. Considered the favorite in that conference. Inside, a block. Malawach snuck in. The help side D.
What you watch for with Duke is they're changing disruptive defense. And, of course, with the perimeter size that John Shire has this year, you can do some things differently on the defensive end. We saw a trap on a side ball screen, and when you have Malawach on the backside.
Services Malik Brown tonight. He's got a toe injury. It's not considered long-term, but coming off 11 rebounds in the win at Louisville. Something certainly to watch to see how long he could be out of the lineup.
One of the things you want to do when you go against Duke in here is you want to try to shorten the possession, shorten the game, shrink the court as much as you can.
Malawach the lob and the finish. Duke's on the board.
I mean, he's 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan. Absolutely incredible.
Here comes Jalen Anderson. Outstanding three-point shooter. The mid-range is there.
See Malawach hands down on.
Open three, that's Heyman. In and out. Pike grabbed the rebound, lost it for a minute. Back outside to Heyman. 0 for 2 on that stretch, and the putback by Williams. So Jaden Williams active in the early going.
Jaden Williams, a 6'9" freshman, doing a nice job. And because UIW has been able to score, they can set up this half-court 1-3-1, and they stay in it for the possession.
Corner triple, Knipple connects. Yeah, the slow starts have been a bit of an issue at times this year for a variety of different reasons. Proctor, no. Flagg. Fresh 20 goes to work inside and too easy. From trouble outside to Proctor. Gets outside to Flagg. He'll get it back. Proctor left wide open.
I watched Tyree.
Quite frankly, because he doesn't have to. But it's interesting to look at the shot selection and where he is actually attempting shots. Does have the one triple. Outside of that, it's closely around the rim. TJ Ford Jr. from downtown. He gets a touch coming in off the Duke bench.
One thing I would say about Malawach, watching him early and live, is he's got to do a better job with his hands. His hands got to be ready on offense. His hands have got to be high on defense.
Sion James bullies his way inside. Range no good. Cleared by Williams, no good, and blocked at the rim. And a foul on the penetration. Two at the stripe, the rebound cleared by Jordan Pike. Cardinals get it back.
In between two freshmen, which won't look good on film tomorrow.
Anderson high off the glass, no. Ripped away solidly again in a foul call as Knipple hit the deck.
Have fun with your teammates, and that's what the way Cooper Flagg approaches the game. When you watch him play, you see the pure joy that the kid plays with.
It was great today. Shoot around. The backdoor cut. Heyman. And a one-possession game. He gathered his team at center court after shoot around today. Talked to them about the tradition the history here in this arena. It's not gone lost on this group from San Antonio. And W just 1 of 9 from deep, yet trailing by just 2. 8%. You got Heyman going through the back door.
So you go full court pressure. You got to make them feel you on the defensive end.
Hasn't happened yet, has it?
No, it has not. And I think UIW is comfortably running their stuff. And when you get back cut at Duke, that is not a good thing.
Well said. Robinson inside. Heyman triple team and rejected. They're going to count the bucket. It was on the way down. Malawach snuck in, and the lead down to just 2.
I like speeding up the game right here, and I like this effort. This is what I'm talking about. Look at Malawach go up and get it.
I don't know.
You didn't like it?
I don't know that that ball was going in or down, but it was close. Flag. Silky smooth.
Both his buckets have been back to
the rest of America. His potential unquestioned.
Now look at the pressure Duke is applying on the ball handler. Lee, that's a contested tough 2, and that's the one they make. That was one of the best defensive plays that Duke had. I mean, they had great pressure on the ball.
Bailey said thank you very much.
Yeah, well, Bailey has had 41 in the game already this year, so that dude can score.
Blue Devils get it back, approaching 6 to play. Bailey second the Southland Conference in scoring, and there's a chance for 3.
Count it, and a dribble.
Second to him pregame and tell him.
No, but it's literally a drop in the bucket for that guy, right? I mean, literally he's just switching in their man-to-man. Look at that dig by Malawach. That's another tough 2.
Bailey, contested mid-range. Here's Knipple. Giant lead, the alley-oop. Malawach the finish. And a timeout will be called.
Not just points and rebounds, it's all the other things on the right side of the stat sheet.
I like the left side where all the points are scored.
Yeah, I know, I like that too, but I'm telling you, like, this group of players has really come together early.
Foul inside, free throws coming. Veteran officiating crew tonight, Eric Lewis, Brent Ham. And come on, the freshman from South Sudan.
Back in the top 25, they're undefeated, and she has in a lead. It's a good coaching move by Coach Shire.
He was great with us today. It's the first time I've talked with him pregame in an environment like this. Proctor, right down Main Street.
Of course, you got the conference, so you know you got that taken care of. But I was curious to know how far in advance. I mean, like, I'm looking at Tennessee as a Final Four contender, a team I might see down the road.
They're number 1 in the country right now.
For a good reason.
Coming by the rebound.
Alabama's another team. Well, I think when you've had Mark Williams or Derek Lively on the landlord blocking shots for Coach K, those teams were good.
This 7 turnovers now for Duke. Lead down to 8.
We're back to the 1-3-1 by UIW.
So they did review the goaltending call during that last timeout. Bailey. All the ACC teams playing in a bowl game plus college football playoff bracket preview. And the Cardinals will slow it down. The minute remaining. Three-pointer, all net by Anderson, and a timeout called. A one-possession game, and John Shire has seen enough.
He might. And it forces Duke to take the timeout.
Trapping half-court pressure. Easy lob. Malawach downstairs connects. He's got 10 first-half points.
It's a great weapon to have that size around the rim. It's also a great bailout.
Cardinals came into this game top 5 in America in three-point percentage. As a team, over 42%. They've been able to hang around so far. 9 to shoot. And one more look at that.
But they don't have size at the rim to be able to deal with that, so they should be going to Malawach more, like John Shire told us today at shoot-around.
Shot clock down to 3. High arcing 3, hit the top of the backboard, off the shot clock and out of bounds by Bailey.
Ball, Cooper flag. quarterback's hands. You're going to go with about 8 on the clock and let him go. Sometimes he wants a screen, sometimes he doesn't.
Flag contested. The rejection. Malawach was fouled. And come on, 10 first half points, make it 11 for number 9. 4.5 boards per contest. 2 of 2 at the line. Heyman's got to throw it long, and he will. And the Blue Devils with their fewest points in a first half this season coming. Final minute of the first half.
I mean, you're this close, and you shot 26% from the floor in the first half. Right? Yes. So I don't know if the paint was falling off the wall in the locker room, but that works, and that has worked all game.
14 on the board. Well, the foul goes against Heyman. That's going to be his 3rd.
Just a great leave. There's a transition bucket for you, a rim run and a dunk.
I think it's hard for teams this month. Non-conference play starts to conclude. Knippel's going to be banged down.
You're going to play 30 games in the regular season, let's say. You're going to play 3 in the ACC, turning into pushing tires up the hill backwards, and, you know, all.
Top and grazed the rim. Anderson, no good.
So all that means you're going to have maybe 40 games to play.
But I mean, you're going to get a letdown in there.
No, there's no letdown.
James. And a timeout going to be called by you. He's got a chance to be not necessarily his team, but at times it could be when they need it to be. That makes sense.
I don't think there's any question. Yeah. I mean, we've seen in the games where late game situation, Shire's calling his number. As Sion James. There's a transition bucket for you, Roy.
6'6", 225. Maybe he can play for Manny Diaz here.
Yeah, definitely.
Ball popped back out of the rim.
Well, I don't understand the science of it, but the ball has to clear the net, and that's why it's not 2 points. But that would be Malawach's first miss of the game. And
would be 2.
What about when you go into arenas and they have short nets because they're fast break nets versus long nets? There's a difference in the length of the net, right?
Back out, but he did not have contact with the basketball as Malawach dunked it. And so
the officials in the ACC.
Well, clearly, the rim rattle helped get the basketball back up.
It's forced them late into the shot clock and maybe made a little bit uncomfortable offensively, where I thought they were very comfortable in the first half.
Sion James, right side of the paint, and a late whistle. Bailey, the infraction. The potential of this team is, you were talking with Mark Packer before we came on.
Hurry, like they're talented. They're not as experienced, but they got big game experience already in their non-conference, which is going to set them up for the ACC. And I wouldn't be sleeping on Clemson and Pitt. I think they are both outstanding basketball teams.
Clemson beat the same Kentucky team that defeated Duke, and there's the first points of the second half for the Cardinals. It was Dylan Heyman. He's got 6. I think a lot of people forget Clemson made a run to the Elite 8 last season. P.J. Hall is gone. Ian Shefflin has been impressive. So is Caleb. Syracuse and Georgetown could play in just about any sport, and I think people would want to watch. T.J. Ford Jr. the lob, and the finish by Robinson.
How about that spurt ability by T.J. Ford Jr.? His dad is in the house. 2003 Naismith Player of the Year. Helped Rick Barnes of Texas to the 03 Final Four.
Gungba cleans it up. I wasn't ready for T.J. Yeah, it was 3 physics classes I took that before I finally got out. No.
You can't fail those classes to get that opportunity to carry that baby.
I was disqualified. Shot clock at 12, and Pike's going to get a chance to go with him this morning. To be able to come back. Playing season for number 7. That's his first point of the night.
Fall back into their man-to-man defense. Good D right there on the catch by Dylan Heyman. Team, you know, reading, getting into that second level book form, but he controls the ground. He's not a high flyer. He's a
down 13-2 right out of the gate. And then Isaiah Evans had it.
Well, he's made 13 threes and 2 two-point baskets, so that's a scout right now. Right? He did get 10 minutes in the Louisville game. As Knipple does a great job of setting his feet under his shoulders in the second half. Done a fantastic job being disruptive. They've got shot clock violations. They've been able to get 5-second count, and then they got an open three for Isaiah Evans. Ready to fall off a truck and land in my living room.
That was brilliant. Here's a turnover. Foster, nudge. And the shot will not. Foster misses the front end. Every women's game, a look ahead to the best matchups on the schedule in the coming week. Got you covered all season right here on ACC Network, the ESPN app. Harris on the floor for Duke. And the rebound comes to Mason. Gillis outside to Evans. Second three ball of the half. He's got 8. Here's Ford. Oh, brilliant lob to Jaden Williams.
Another great lead by TJ there. And I said, John, how come they're up here where no one can see them? He's like, oh, we probably have some replicas around, and there's probably some in the locker room. And that could be a full-time job, being the person that dusts the trophies at Duke.
It's a daily task with a number that you have to keep clean.
There's a lot. Oh, I'm sure Zion Williamson's National Player of the Year is probably on some shelf somewhere. Shane Battier's National Defensive Player of the Year award somewhere. Right?
Heyman just banked in a three.
And they have that beautiful museum in the front of the building, too.
It is gorgeous. Malawatch now with 17. Highest point total we've seen from him so far. And John Shire total.
When he has his desk, and behind, I think it's very telling about the kind of relationship built. Good role that plays.
Gillis. Harris was hit hard, and a foul is going to be called. Came down right at the elbow.
Opportunities for Duke, and it's really not scoutable. These guys are working on being unpredictable.
Harris 5 of 10 now at the line. He's got 6 of 11 this season.
And Duke
did 11 points this evening. It was a one-possession game late in the first half, and then Duke, since that point in time, has seized control, outscoring Incarnate Word by 19 in the second. Make it 22. Evans thought that Anderson putting on a dribbling clinic outside. Heyman an air ball. And here's James, gun by inside the dunk.
To the corners, keeping it simple, keeping the floor spread, but running with a purpose.
John Shire referred to the corners as Siberia before this game. Perhaps it's more like the Bahamas tonight. Well, maybe that's a stretch, and a foul on the shot.
And allowing Isaiah Evans to step into it.
Anderson 73% at the line. Free pizza, free food. For 4 to play. Evans.
Exactly. That's not overcoaching it. That is running the same set. And I don't think John Shire is calling that. I think the guys on the floor recognize that they can get that. And John Shire doesn't want to call every set.
Mentioned that to us today several times. Evans 14 in the second half. The runner by Anderson. Find number 3. Where is he? Spencer Hubbard getting set to check in for the first time this season. Open look for Anderson. He's got 5 in the last 2 possessions for the Cardinals.
Well, Shane Hireman is going to go back and watch this film, and he's going to be really proud of the effort his guys gave in the first half, even though they didn't shoot it well. But definitely solutions to some of their issues, and matching up against the best here at Duke.
Darren Harris. Gungbud double team, puts it up and in. Second bucket for 21. Give him 6. This place was ready to erupt. That was a clean look. Ryan Van Eck on the floor for Incarnate Word, and that's going to be a triple by Reedy. Harrison Reedy, redshirt freshman from South Dakota. First points.
Way to go, Roy.
Everybody deserves their moment in the sun.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Hubbard corralled the pass. Here comes the drive. And the dish. And at the rebound. Reedy, another 3.
Reedy's coming out firing too.
Not bashful. I mean, my point is, if you've been sitting on the bench all season, you get a moment like this at Cameron. I'm on the floor, I'm chucking it up. It's going up,
no
right?
question, yep. We saw you shooting today, Roy.
I got my shots up. It wasn't pretty. Van Eck up and in. Shot clock is off. Duke tested early and responds late. The second half dominant. Outscoring Incarnate Word 44-25 after leading by 7 at halftime. Blue Devils improved to 8-2 and a week off after this win against the team from the Southland. Debbie?
Made UIW feel them in the second half with their defense.